Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of the How To. Today I'm really excited because we've got the Zhiyun Smooth 4 to review today. So this is a 3-axis gimbal and it's for your mobile phone, and it will make your videos look from something like this to something that looks a bit more like that, making it really smooth and really nice, almost professional basically. So let's have a look at what comes in the box. Inside you're going to find another carry case, so let's get that opened up. Let's slide it out, and here is the actual carry case. So you've got your instruction manual as well and a quick start guide in there, and inside really nicely and neatly packed is the crane itself. So let's get that out. Now it actually comes pre-packed with this really neat stand, so just put that on here and that's pretty much ready to go. Plus you've got your USB for charging directly with the gimbal. So let's have a look at how to set up the camera onto the gimbal. First thing you're going to want to do is unlock the gimbal. So Zhiyun provided this really nice feature which is just a little clicking lock here, so all you got to do is just unclick it like that, and now the gimbal is ready to go. It is really important to lock it as you can see now it's locked. It doesn't move around so much, and it can actually get scratched when it's unlocked. You can see it can flap about, so which is really nice to have. Some of the bigger gimbals don't have that, so I'm glad that they've added that on, because that makes it so much easier, especially when you want to shoot, you want to be doing things quickly. It just unlocks just like that, and that's it. So putting the camera onto the gimbal is super quick and easy. So unlock the tripod, set it down. So I've got my Galaxy Note 8. It just literally clips in to the gimbal like so. Just set it in and that's it. It's set up. There's no need for balancing. It's out. So let's turn the gimbal on. It powers on, so the motors are strong enough literally for it to balance it itself out, so no need for doing anything else. And we start off in pan follow mode. So what that does, it keeps the camera level, but it lets you move from left to right. So basically your basing panning shots can be nice and smoothly like this. And also when you stop, it stops nice and gently without having that sort of jerk at the end, making it nice and even. Also you got the lock mode, and what that does, it means the camera will just keep pointing into one direction like that, so I can move around and it will stay like that, especially if you've got limited space. So for example, if you're doing a shot like that and you wanted it to face the same way, it's nice and easy to do. One thing to remember, it's not a 360. Okay, so there is a end to it. You can actually feel it when it bumps and it will stop basically, so just be careful with that. But otherwise the mode is really good, especially for when you're shooting something in line. There's no joystick to move this around, so you move it around with your hand. Just make sure you set the right angle before you set off, and then literally the camera will keep pointing in that direction. So let's have a look at the controls and the app in a little bit more detail now. The app I actually found was very easy to use, so if we just start it up on my phone here, it was just as easy as downloading it, and basically have a quick advert there, and it goes, and you can connect straight to your device. So it's a Bluetooth enabled device, so you'll just pick it up and you're pretty much ready to go. So with setup, I found there's no problems at all. So let's have a look at a little bit more what options you've got in the app. So you can actually zoom with this wheel here. So as you can see, by turning that, you can zoom in and out in the app. Okay, so that's really nice and neat feature because you're not having to touch the phone and you don't have to do post-production as well. But we'll get to that a little bit later on, because there are a few faults with this I found really annoying. Here you've got obviously the selection of modes. So you've got pan follow and the lock mode, which we've already had a look at. You can record videos and take photos directly. You've got your flash on here, and you can go into the menu and change several things on the camera on here. If we go into that, you've got the default mode, you've got the panoramic mode, which is the 180, you've got the 3x3, you've got a slow-mo, you've got a time-lapse, which is really nice, you've got motion time-lapse, and you've got the vertigo. The vertigo is actually really good. I've tried using it, and on the app, it doesn't work very well. But I'll show you how to do that a little bit later on in the video. So for photos, I found that it's still quite okay, so especially like, for example, 180-degree panoramic photo, you just select that. All you would have to do is just set the gimbal down like so, and just press the picture button and it will move around itself. So it's really nice for wide angled photos like that. However, there are a few drawbacks of the app, and this is why I've not been using it much. Mainly there's one. So if we go into the resolution, it only allows currently up to 1080p. So this is a 4K camera on top of my Note 8, and it's just losing quality. So there's a lot of complaints about the app not working very well. It does work really well with all the zoom stuff, so I think this has got real potential for a little bit later on in the future, but at the moment it's a little bit useless to me. So the way I was doing it, I was just recording with the normal recorder and then just literally using the post production to make any of the effects. So one of the really good effects is in here. So when we go back into the camera, and that's the vertigo. So what that does is allows you to create shots that look a bit like this. That sort of effect would have only been available to the guys in Hollywood before, let alone, you know, with some guy walking around with a gimbal and a camera phone. So that's called the vertigo effect. Very easy to make. All you got to do is just find yourself a subject, just point the camera at it and make sure there's plenty of space behind you, and all you're doing is just walking away from the subject or walking towards it, and do it the other way, I suppose. And what you do in post-production is do a digital zoom or zoom out, and basically I do it from 100 to 50%, and that's what creates the effect. So to wrap it up, the Smooth 4 is an amazing tool. I think for £130 you're really getting your money's worth. It's well built, it makes your videos look so much smoother. So whether you're just taking it on holiday or you're getting into videography, it is a really good tool to have. Well, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and leave me any comments in my video just to see what else you guys want to be seeing, and I'll leave you with a video I've made while walking around London and just using my camera phone and the gimbal. Thank you very much.